Welcome back to the show. Fight the New Drug is a non-religious and non-legislative organization that's existing to provide individuals the opportunity to make an informed decision regarding pornography by raising awareness on its harmful effects using only science, facts, and personal accounts. The organization believes in using education and awareness as tools to empower individuals to make their own educated decisions about pornography. They carefully review, summarize, and present peer-reviewed research about pornography in a clear and concise way that's engaging and easy for fighters to understand. Here now to share more with us is the presenter and podcast developer of Fight the New Drug, Garrett Jonsson. And thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, thanks, Daren. We're grateful for the opportunity to be here with you.
So for somebody who's just watching and saying, listen, this is an organization that's dealing with pornography, fighting against pornography, talk to us about your goal and your mission.
Yeah, and the mission is to educate individuals using science, facts, and personal accounts. The goal is to educate so people can make an educated decision. We think that we found that pornography is something that not a lot of people are talking about, and if they are, it's not in the most healthy of ways oftentimes. And so our goal, amongst other organizations out there, we're just one of them, our goal is to spread awareness so that people can, once again, make an educated decision. An important aspect of what we do is, and included in our mission statement, is that we are non-religious and non-legislative, meaning that we do stick to science, facts, and personal accounts.
So we understand that it affects the brain. We understand that there's patterns and relationships. So what can we learn from this?
You know, when it comes to the areas that we talk about it affects the individual, the relationships, and society. The way we break it down is brain, heart, world. And so the science, research, and personal accounts are showing that it does affect those areas. You can kind of dive into those areas individually, into the brain, how it affects individuals, relationships, and society. I guess one point, starting off with the brain, is there's a guy, a very famous guy named Dr. Nicholas Timbergen, and one of the things that he found was this term called supernormal stimulus, which means that he won the Nobel Prize in the 1970s, by the way. And this term supernormal stimulus, it means that it activates the brain at a greater level. It activates the reward pathway at a greater level. And then oftentimes we will turn to that thing, even though it's fake or unhealthy, we can turn to it because it spikes the reward pathway in a supernormal way. And so a lot of researchers are saying that pornography, today's mainstream internet porn, is a supernormal stimulus.
And also, I know that there's a correlation between pornography and violence. What are we learning about pornography and violence?
Yeah, there's a lot of research about mainstream internet porn being violent and aggressive, and there is correlation there between consuming and then what behaviors people are engaging in. And just recently, one of the largest porn companies has made some pretty big changes out there because of violence and aggressive stuff and non-consensual sexual explicit materials, as well as child sexual abuse materials on their website. And so just that recent example is one example showing that it is problematic.
And for many, they deal with the issue of pornography as a person that now becomes addicted. And we know that there's addiction issues that come with pornography. What are we hearing? Is it getting any better? And what can you tell us about pornography and addiction?
Yeah, there's a really well-known organization called the Mayo Clinic. And when it comes to compulsive behavior around pornography, risk factors. And those two risk factors for developing compulsive sexual behavior or unwanted porn use are privacy and ease of access. And so if you look at today's mainstream internet porn, the mainstream internet porn today provides those two things, privacy and ease of access. And then you also look at studies that show that the average age of first-time exposure is between like 9 years old and 11 years old. And, you know, at that age, kids' minds, they're developing, and it's easier to manipulate those brains at a younger age. And so I think there is a higher risk today to develop a compulsive sexual behavior around this because of the circumstances.
You got a podcast called Consider Before Consuming, and talk to us about your podcast and the hope that you're doing, or the hope of the podcast in reaching the public.
Yeah, so that's just one of our resources. The podcast, we meet with people with personal accounts and experts and influencers and activists from around the world. The goal is to sit down with them and learn from them. The name of the podcast, as you mentioned, is Consider Before Consuming. And so, our goal is to put forth information that people consume so that they can make, once again, an educated decision regarding pornography. We've been able to meet with a lot of people from around the world, and we feel fortunate for those people sharing their knowledge and personal accounts.
So people want to catch the podcast. Is what I was going to ask is, how do they go about catching it?
Yeah, so you can find the podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. We're on Spotify and Apple and all those other places. And so yeah, you can catch it there.
Awesome. And so finally, before we close out the segment, talk to us about what you're actually hoping to do through your work as well as through the podcast.
Yeah, our goal at Fight the New Drug is to fight sexual exploitation and to help people make an educated decision. And so, yeah, we're non-religious and non-legislative. Our goal is to help people understand that there are negative effects to consuming pornography, and it does affect the brain, the heart, and the world. And that's the ultimate goal, just allow people to make that educated decision.
Well, Garrett, I want to thank you so much for being with us here on Open. And as we said, you can catch the podcast, you said, on any regular place where you catch the podcast, Apple and Spotify. You can definitely do that there. And then also want to make sure that you visit their website. And if you can visit their website at fightthenewdrug.org, you can also visit them on social media at Fight the New Drug. And Garrett, thanks again for being with us.
Yeah, Daren, thank you so much for having us. We appreciate the opportunity.
Appreciate you being with us, yes. And so we encourage our viewers, don't go anywhere. We do have more show. Open will continue right after this.